guys, hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, how are you, everyone? I hope everyone is safe. I just asked what Spirit wanted us to know, and here we go. This is your reading. By the way, I'm going to do a pick a card reading. I just haven't had the energy to do it because they're a bit longer, so I really have to adjust to that, but I'm planning on it because I know some of you have asked me for that, and I will do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we have 4 cards out already, and I'm going to show them to you. We have the Hierophant, we have the 10 of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands, and the Death card. The Death card actually came out in the eclipse reading, so you may want to check that out. And I'm saying that not just because of the Death card, but there is some sort of connectivity here, and I'm seeing that here too. Like in these cards, they look awfully alike. Wow. Okay, this is a really strong process here that I'm seeing, because it's like this card is also this card. This is beyond time and space. It's also disintegration. I know this is going to sound a little bit harsh and maybe also a little bit weird, but I'm going to say it regardless, because this is like you're alive, but you're also already not here anymore, if that makes any sense, because time is not linear, so it all happens simultaneously. It's also again the process, not literal, also where it's like you're disintegrating one form in order for another form to come about, So the life cycles, like it happens constantly. Something dies, another thing is born. We lose a part of ourselves. We give something back that may not necessarily belong to us, but we're growing into more of ourselves. More of ourselves is coming up, and for that to make room, to even make that space, something needs to break away. What I'm seeing is with concrete, right? If you have a concrete layer, then plants are gonna push through regardless, but that concrete layer needs to break up first, right? And the Hierophant, there may be some beliefs that you have been holding, could have been religious beliefs, don't have to be, where they're starting to dissolve, they're starting to disintegrate, and the invitation is right here. This is always like a card of enlightenment. It could be Akashic records here as well, as what I'm seeing for some of you, where you either have been working with Akashic records, could also be like past life regressions, or you've been thinking about it. But there's something written. It's almost, I'm always getting this prophecy type vibe here, something that was meant to be and that is coming into being right now. It's have a closer look, become still and have a closer look, because it is all there. It is all there. Like the door to enlightenment is open, and you just got to walk up those stairs. But there's an element of becoming still, otherwise you won't see it. It's much like you may have been looking for it, but maybe looking in the wrong places. As we often do, right? Because it's a quest of, where is it? Is it here? No. Is it there? No. And then you kind of gradually come to a point where Spirit is presenting situations, or people come into our lives, and that is also with regards to Akashic, with regards to contracts, certain contracts that you have with people, and sometimes those contracts are over, or often, most of the time, they're over when, when you learned that lesson, then certain people stop to come our way, and others start to come in, much in the same realm of death and rebirth. It's already lined up, like all of that exists. It's a matter of where you're tapping into, where you're looking. Yeah. And with the 10 of Cups here, It's interesting because I'm getting this kind of chaotic energy. It's kind of a serene card, and I really like that card because it's often, to me, denoting to the subconscious. Strangely enough, I don't so much see this as a lover's card or as, although it's emotional fulfillment, I much rather see this internally, and you know, the light and the darkness, but really becoming comfortable with your shadow, and see this. There may be chaos going on around, you know, whenever something breaks away, it kind of looks chaotic, right? Something is really changing here. But these two are really serene. They're cool with where they are. They're okay with, you know, making mistakes with, because they have each other. And this could denote to either that you are in a relationship, but I really, really strongly get that's the relationship you have with yourself. And when you're so strongly anchored within yourself, then the circumstances don't matter so much anymore. And this couldn't be more true. Like when you have found that serenity, that peace within yourself, which is the invitation here, that's the enlightenment. The outer circumstances won't have such a grave effect on you anymore. It just loses its grip on you because you're so secure within yourself. And that is true emotional fulfillment. You know, it's not something on the external. Again, it's not a partner necessarily. It's the way you're dealing with yourself, and that's that. And that is, again, and no one can take that from you ever again, like once you've found that. But it's a quest. I'm sorry. It's a quest. And coming back to the Knight of Wands here, you know, they're with their spirit animal here. And they can see, you know, their eyes are the flashlights. You can see in the darkness, right? And this must have been like a long journey for you, and a heavy journey at times as well. But you're holding your own torch. This one does not give up. This one keeps pushing until the process is finished here. And the new one starts. And it also makes us a lot stronger, you know? But these are so related. It's crazy, you know? It's like she's holding that torch, holding it up, but here she's like almost losing that torch and just opening her hand, letting go, surrendering to the whole process. I see this as the spirit animal. Spirit animal is disintegrating, but that's just part of the process, you know? And still losing yourself in the process, but also there's this element of faith and trust of exactly not losing yourself in the process, but really becoming comfortable in that process, being okay with that process, knowing that it is part of life. You know, death is part of life, as strange as this sounds, but this is all within the cyclical nature, much like the moon. You have, you know, the waxing, the waning, the full moon, the new moon, and all the phases in between. It doesn't stay the same, although it does, and that's the interesting thing. The perspective we have on it just changes because we don't see everything of it, or some parts are in the shadow, but the moon is always the moon, you know what I mean? You are always you. It doesn't matter if things are breaking away from you. Like that core is always the same. Yeah. Let me pull more cards and see. Thanks. Ha ha ha. The Magician. Indeed. Indeed. And she has, the first thing I'm noticing is she has her eyes on her hands. So there's definitely like some healers here, some true magicians, some true alchemists here, because that's the alchemical process, right? You being in this boat on this giant ocean, and often when we're talking about awakening or consciousness, it's often like described as you are a drop within this huge ocean, but you're the ocean itself too. And then Byron Katie once said, and now drop the ocean too. And I like that, you know, it's like becoming aware of certain things. And you know, this might confuse us at first when the new information is coming in, but ultimately you're really becoming comfortable with where you are with that new knowledge. And it may come as a shock, or may have come as a shock, but then you see, and that's that. There are so many, you know, eyes in these cards, and in this one too, in the Magician too. It's eyes all over. So becoming more aware of areas that you have not seen before, and it looks like, again, you're on your journey here, of discovery. And where am I going to go? Much like what I said in the beginning, it's like, where are we going? Are we going here? Are we going over here or there? And the choice is truly yours. They all hold, it's much like memory, you know, the children's game. Where you just flip over the next card, and whatever it is, you know, you find the other one, the matching piece to it. There's no wrongs or rights in this game necessarily, if you know what I mean. It's just a discovery. You're discovering yourself and the world around you. And with the Magician, the more aware you become, the more powerful you become here too, because you understand like universal laws and know how to work with it too. And again, with the, now they're drawing my eye to the snails on the card here. So it's like, yeah, this takes time. And just allow yourself that time too, that time of healing, that time of being present with yourself, becoming conscious, you know. Don't compare yourself to others, because that's no good, you know. When you see, oh, others are so advanced or are not advanced, it doesn't matter. It is your life, and it's your becoming conscious. It's your own evolution here. What else, Spirit? Thanks. Yeah. Speaking of evolution, the King of Coins, King of Pentacles. And this card always, of course, to me is so dark, and one that speaks of materialism. Like becoming attached to certain material things, whatever it is, or the attachment to external things. That's what that is. Because he's wearing all he's got on his antlers. And antlers, that's usually the sign of a leader. But I never see this card in that kind of a light, because, you know, when you're truly stable within yourself, you don't need to wear all those jewels on your antlers. You've got those jewels inside, and you're bringing them up, like I said, right? And that's the quest, that's the journey of ridding yourself of that baggage that never made you happy in the first place. You know what I mean? This could also be seen societal. Maybe you're witnessing someone that is doing that right now, or maybe you're seeing society in such a way too. And often that's a reflection, you know. There's an invitation also to, you know, maybe you've even decluttered your closet, or you've decluttered your home, your space, because you felt, I no longer need that. I no longer need that much, because the moment you, it's that kind of emotion I want to show you. The moment you give stuff back that no longer serves you, it's like that motion. You're coming up. This is going somewhere else. You're returning something, and yourself, you're coming up at the same time. So it's this motion, giving back, coming up. And he's doing that too. Like, he's giving some of that jewelry back, and his jewelry inside is becoming more apparent to him or her. And that's that. Yeah, no longer being so dependent on external circumstances seems to be a strong message here. And the message of enlightenment, you know, on that path of realizing that, but not just realizing, that's not just in the head, that is feeling it and really knowing it too, you know, and how things are changing with regards to that. When more of your soul light is coming into yourself, you're losing interest in certain things that you may have liked at one time, but other things become much more prominent. For example, nature. And I can give you a personal example here, because Spirit has been telling me that for a couple months back already, and I'm just like, okay, I didn't want to do it in the beginning, because I'm like, I'm comfortable where I am, leave me alone. But Spirit is just like, you know, the lesson is you become more and more uncomfortable, or the things that you used to be attached to no longer charge you in that way, no longer give you, you know, nurturing or rest. You need different things. You can no longer watch TV excessively, because it'll just drain you. You'll come to that point. The more aware you become, the more these things become draining to you, whatever it is to you, right? And then I realized, and that was a switch for me for sure recently. I've always loved nature, but the way nature nurtures me right now, the way animals, the way I see animals, the way I see plants, like I truly, like the love is getting more and more intense, and hence when I see an animal, I'm immediately communicating, and this could just be a small ant, or you know, a jumping spider that just comes there and is curious, and you know what they do, it's so interesting, but we don't see it because we don't take the time, and that's the Hierophant here too, we don't take the time to actually sit down and have a look at these things, and there's so much enlightenment in that, you know, when you just truly fall in love with these things, because that's really like your own self-reflection here, and it's so gorgeous, it's so gorgeous, and then you realize, oh, I need this is truly what is nurturing me, and this has changed as well, the amount of how much nature will charge you versus the relaxation you may or may not gain from watching TV, you know, that changes the equal amount. You give one thing back and the other thing comes up though more, and so it's really intense. It's not a matter of decision so much anymore, because the other thing just will eventually become so strong that it's, you know, you don't have to make the choice anymore, because it's just blatantly obvious what your choice is, because you're feeling it, right? So don't stress if you're at that point of you know, maybe having to give up old habits or stuff. It'll come quite naturally. Of course you can do something in that direction, but I feel anytime willpower is included in the thing when it's not really felt yet, but you may be aware of it, but when you have to put will in it and effort and you know what I mean, then there's only so much willpower you have. But when it truly comes up from inside, there's no more denying it. It just is. Okay, Spirit. Thank you. Yes! Oh my God, yes! Yes, yes, yes. The Queen of Wands. I love this because we had the Knight, and this is the evolution, you know, this is almost very much like the Sun card to me. This is strong. Oh, the energy is so warm, so loyal, you know what I mean? And she's relying on her spirit animal, on her senses, on her anima, I almost want to say, you know, on her soul, on her own soul light. Has become, you know, that child again, but with the strong awareness of the adult, you know, that she can rely on herself and on her surroundings. There is no more fear-based energy here at all. It's just really relaxed, and awesome warm heart energy here is what I'm feeling. Yeah, that is so beautiful. And some of you may have gone through a phase where you felt fear. And this is always when it gets really interesting, because fear is such a strong emotion. And when you actually face that and go through it, the rewards are quite big. And that's what it looks like here to me. It's from darkness into the light, and so colorful and, you know, abundant, for sure. I love this. I really love this. Such an amazing outlook here. Okay, let's get the angels and ancestors going for us here and see what wants to come out for you. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Wow, star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. This is so fitting, and that's that cosmic energy, that's that remembrance of possible past lives. Egypt may be coming up for you here too. That's receiving those light codes, those downloads, remembering, you know, past lives, remembering who you really are. And it's almost like those lives are falling away, because the essence, the core, was always you know what I mean, was always your soul light. It wasn't the other things that were superimposed upon you. This is so gorgeous, guys. I hope I can bring those energies through for you here, because it is really beautiful. And those attachments just fall away, and you're realizing how utterly beautiful you are, and matter of fact, who you are, who you really are. So cool. So the star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Heed the messages coming directly from your soul. The star ancestor is a Native American term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. The star ancestor is reminding you that you have otherworldly support and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. There is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Oh my God, I love this so much. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information. Here we go, but memories, exactly. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. This is such confirmation for us right here. You're being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up your corner of the world. Oh my goodness. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. Oh my God, my friends. Yes, please, please, please stay on course here, please. Oh my God. Yes, let's light up the world, everyone, with our talents and who we really are. Yes, woohoo. All right, guys, I forgot to mention, and I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you. There's 20% off on all private readings currently, so throughout all of June. If you want to take advantage of that, all the links down below. There's an ant on my leg right now, and I'm just like, I was talking about ants. So cute, and now she jumped off. So yeah. Watch our animal friends, no matter how small they are. So all the links down below. In the comment section as well as the description box, and you can just reach out at universalpowertarot@gmail.com or reach out for a one-on-one higher guidance coaching call. These are really interesting too. It's a coaching call, but it's with my guides present, sometimes also small reading to clarify certain situations and just to help you like find your way and find guidance in whatever it is that you're doing, and to help you with your spiritual and personal growth journey. All right, my friends. Anything else? Yeah, if you would like to be updated when I upload new content, new videos, please simply subscribe and hit the all notifications. That's important. The bell and then all notifications. Then you'll be notified if that's what you want. Sending you so much love, light, and shadow, my friends. Until next time, bye.